it's Jenny from Ginger Ninja Crafts. How are you? I hope you're doing well. I am here on April the 1st. It's not an April Fool, I promise. To share the new sketch for lovely Lisa's one sketch challenge. I used to join in with this, and then I missed the announcement of it for the start of the year, so I'm joining in a bit late. So this is the new sketch for the month of April. And as you probably know, you can make anything at all with this sketch. You can make it a scrapbooking page, a greetings card, anything, a box, a bag, anything you like. I will tag lovely Lisa in the title for this video, but there's also a big group of us who are making projects with this sketch, and we're all uploading at 6 PM. So I will list all of those people in the description, and you can hop on over and see how one sketch could look completely different, so many different people's interpretation of it. I have gone slightly overboard with this one. You know how sometimes you just get, you make something and then you think, I'm not done. So the first thing I made was this greetings card, and I had a little bundle of papers which I think they came from a magazine sometimes. So they came together and they all had the same kind of shades of pinks and greens, so I used those. And then I also used a stamp set from Woodware. I'm awfully sad actually that Woodware is part of Creative Expressions, so I don't know if it's gone, because Creative Expressions is gone. I love Woodware stamps. Anyway, so I used this big flower, and I used the Just For You and the bloom, and I made this. So what I did with the flower, because it's got like the stalk and there's some little sort of twiddly bits out the top, so I stamped it once onto the pink paper, and then I stamped it again on white card, coloured it in, fussy cut that bit out and just stuck the coloured bits on. And I thought it was really cute, and I thought, do you know, it's such a simple kind of design with a shape. I think I could make an ETC. So I made an ETC. Now I couldn't quite squeeze the Just For You on, and I used the bumblebee, and I still used the bloom, and I used the same papers, and I thought, go a nice wee batch of ETC and card, that's always nice. And then I thought, because I had so many little bits of paper left, I thought, I wonder if I could go smaller. So then I made a Twinshie, which I thought was super cute as well. So I couldn't fit the bumblebee on it, so I took the little love hearts. So there is these 3 love hearts. I stamped them out on a bit of scrap paper. Well, no, it wasn't scrap paper, it was a scrap of this patterned paper, which is already in the design. Fussy cut that out, and then I didn't want to stamp this because it would give me the other 2, or it would go over the edge, so I just took this one which has got the little spotty bits and stamped that on the pink. Which one am I on? And there you go. And then I added a little bit oh, I'm still coughing. A little bit of this glitter drop in White Blizzard. It's very subtle, it's basically just sparkle. So yeah. And then I decided this is quite small. I also have some little card blanks that are, they are just slightly bigger than the Twinshie. I decided not to go for an inchy size, that was too fiddly. So I am going to make some little cards with this same design. That's my plan anyway, because if somebody orders quite a few cards from my Etsy shop, you'll find it linked below if you're interested, then I usually put in a wee thank you card, and I've got some of these that I think I've made on videos before. I've still got one of those. I've still got whoops, one of these. But I need to have different ones because sometimes, like I've got one vet that's in Scotland who probably every other month or so orders maybe 100 pet sympathy cards, and I don't want to put the same thank you card in each time. I think that's a bit boring. So I need to kind of have just a small number, but of different designs. That's the plan. So I'm going to do that now. So the next second, you're going to be looking down at my desk. Okay, so I have pre-cut my little panels for this. This is my card base. It is 7.5 centimetres, so it's like a 3-inch square, and I am going to stick my pieces on. Like so, easy peasy. Now before I stick on this one, I'm going to stamp the bee on just so that it is it's a flat surface. So before I do that, I'm going to stamp this bloom in the corner. Well, I go up the way like so. And then clean that a wee bit. And pop the bee on. So they're just gonna stick this on, and then I'm gonna go and wash my hands because I'm really good at leaving finger marks on my cards and annoying myself when I do that. So back in a tick. Okay, now also what I've done is I have stamped the bee onto this just little bit of scrap paper. So I'm just going to colour it very simply. So this black is one of these tri-blend Spectrum Noir brush pens. I have quite a lot of the Spectrum Noir, and I do like them, although they don't last as long as your Copics because there's less ink, obviously. But I think in theory they are refillable. I've just never seen the inks to refill. Eos! Do you think it's an hour later than it is? Because it's only nearly 10 o'clock. So then I'm going to fussy cut this out, and just the body and the wings I'm going to cut off his wee antennae. Sorry, Mr. Bumblebee. And sometimes when I'm fussy cutting, I like to leave like a little sort of white halo around it, but I'm not doing that because I want it to look kind of blended onto the background. Okay, so just the little bee, and then a wee dot of glue. There. Now, what I have done with all the other kind of formats of this is at these little dotty bits I have just popped some of the little glitter. Now I might, just before I do any more of that, do my outline. So I've also just drawn around each of these panels. And it doesn't need to be perfect at all. It's just a little scribbly line. Can't talk and do that at the same time, obviously. So I've done that on the around the bumblebee, and then I've got this, what is it, Spectrum Noir Sparkle, which is a kind of subtle little sparkle. So I just add that to the wings. And then I've got these two. This is the glitter drops and the jewel drops, rose water and summer sunrise. So I'm just going to add, oh, that's gone a bit splatty, hasn't it? Just going to put a bit of that glitter on, a little bit of the jewel. Like so. So then you've got the little card. Now, it's not going to want to fold over, and I don't want to press it too hard. But just to highlight, I really have gone a bit overboard because I've done 6 of those. So yeah, I've got 6 little cards, a big card with a matching ETC and a twinsie, all from the one sketch. Tell me in the comments, what are you making with yours, with the sketch? Are you going to join in? Are you making a card? Have you gone completely overboard? And are you going to make lots of different things? I'm not really a scrapbooky person at all, but I could see that that would be nice for a scrapbook page as well, because you could have the big picture, you could have some pattern, and you could have a wee sort of journaly spot or whatever there. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. As I say, please check out the list in the description box and find all the other participants in this really fun collaboration. And I'll see you again soon with another video. Thanks for watching. Bye.